classroom. Aizawa says it's already time for sparring training. So the first match is Adrian versus Todoroki. Then after that's going to be Akane versus Bakugo. Next, Sarah... Okay, look, no, it's actually Adrian versus Midoriya. Bakugo versus Akane. Troy versus Kirishima. Sarah versus Todoroki. And that's most of the matches. The first match is Bakugo versus Akane. Bakugo says, why the heck do I have to fight a girl? And Akane just yells to shut up, loser. As Bakugo yells back, shut up, as they both start to fight, with Akane kicking his butt. He doesn't stand a chance against a person who's fought a universal god. As with a blast to the face, Bakugo is defeated. As Deku says, Shibi Kachan? Next is Sarah versus Todoroki. Instantly, Todoroki tries to freeze her, but she just blows it all back, hitting Todoroki, actually knocking him unconscious somehow. And they're even more shocked. Next is Troy versus Kirishima, who copies his hardening, making it much stronger, goes into Red Riot Unbreakable, and wrecks Kirishima. As Kirishima doesn't stand a chance. The next one is Christian versus Midoriya. Deku activates One For All. Christian's starting to lose a little bit because he can't compete with One For All. As he goes, huh. But then Adrian starts to get the hang of it. As he realizes Midoriya goes for a certain combo of attacks every single time, so he dodges most of them. Midoriya can't hit him anymore. As he goes, he's predicting all my movements. He goes, One For All, 20%! Christian goes, as a fire tornado swirls around him as his hair flows up, and it's blue fire. He goes, as he appears right in front of Deku, punching him in the face. As Deku goes, as they really start to battle. As Christian says, let me bring out my full power. You might want to too, Midoriya. Deku goes, One For All, full cowling, 100%! Everyone's shocked that he's actually going to use 100%. And they think that he's not going to stand a chance. Christian goes, let's go, independence, all my hard work. He goes, as a blue aura flares and it covers the entire UA High. As I see a giant Susanoo, basically. He says, this is Swordsman spirit. Midoriya goes, whoa. Christian goes, whoa, as he turns the size of the planet and bigger. He goes, Deku can't compete with this. Christian's got his hand and crushes Deku. As he goes, I'm kidding, he's the size of the planet now. I'm kidding, he's the size of Japan, the entire continent. Deku goes, okay, I'm kidding, he's the size of the city. Christian goes, Midoriya goes, as Deku tries to crack it, but it barely does anything. Christian lands a sword strike, cutting Deku almost in half, as he goes, but Deku's avoiding most of his attacks. Christian says, screw the samurai, the sword's in spirit. He releases it and his hair's flowing up with blue fire. He's got blue flames in his hair, kind of like Super Saiyan Blue, but it's blue flames. He's got blue flames aura. His arms, both of his arms are covered with blue flames. As he in a blue flame fist. As he goes, also his sleeves are ripped off. As he goes, Midoriya goes, Sumasha. Christian says, fire flash fists. As they go, creating a humongous crater. As they go, as Christian is easily keeping up with Midoriya and surpassing him. As Christian decides that he's going to start playing less, is going to go full power, he releases his form. Deku goes, the form's gone? As he gets in a stance saying, come on, let's go. Midoriya shoots at him as he goes Gojo style and starts to body Midoriya. As Midoriya goes for a punch on him, Christian spins around and grabs Midoriya's back of Midoriya's collar and throws him into a wall. As he really is starting to crank up the heat. He says, my friends are around. I guess I can show off. As he goes even further to pummel Deku. As he goes, Deku drops out of One For All, and Christian goes, as he goes, Fire Flash Fists! As he hits Midoriya in the face with a Fire Flash Fist, crashing him through into Class 1B. Monoa just starts laughing, going, ha ha ha, looks like Midoriya lost to someone. But then he realizes Midoriya's hair's like that and realizes that that's 100%. That was so strong. That defeated Overhaul. Someone that strong is going to be a danger to UA. As Christian says, come on, Midoriya, bring it on. I mean, Adrian. Midoriya blitzes at him with One For All with the 100% again. Christian goes, and throws him out of the window. Midoriya, Eri resets him so he has all of his power back. As he goes, One For All! As Christian goes, this just gets better and better. As he goes, but then he grabs his face in pain. As he goes, Akane says, everyone get back now! Sarah says, back now! Everyone says, what's going on? He goes, something not good. His teeth start to grow as he goes, he starts to grow as he goes, he grows whiskers and humongous whiskers. His eyes turn blue and slit-like as he goes, as then he grows wolf ears and tail. He goes, his tails, his hand, his claws grow in size. As he goes, as Naruto says, what is this? He says, they explain how Adrian absorbed a wolf back in their timeline, back in their dimension, and with this absorption, it stays inside of him now, and it can take control whenever it wants. It refuses most of the time because of how bored it is. As Adrian rampages, wrecking Class 1B, and Vlad. Luckily, Nezu's there to try and stop him, but he gets annihilated. As Nezu's almost dead. Christian's ready to kill him with a blue fire blast, but Aizawa kicks him in the back of the head, which does nothing. Christian grabs his leg and pulls him forward and punches him in the face. As Sarah goes, as she goes into her limit breaker form. She stops time and blitzes and punches Adrian so hard in the gut that he gets knocked out. As he goes, as Sarah remains as the strongest in the group. Adrian, even at his full power, couldn't even get close to defeating her. Her training was way too good. As he got blood dripping from his mouth as she goes, I hit him way too hard. Aizawa says, how the heck can you do that? He's a wild animal. He defeated all of our teachers and students. Christian also defeated Mirio, Togeta. He also defeated Amajiki and Nejire. As then Sarah says, wait a minute, the tail isn't gone. Neither is the hair, neither is the claws or the teeth. As his eyes flare back open as he lands a punch on Sarah's face, knocking her back. But once he does, she gets blasted back, but not by his fist. From the wind, he stops as he goes, as he refuses to punch her. As he goes, as he lets his fist go, as he splits in two again. As he goes, Adrian's in his normal self. Well, he also has to fight the wolf, who's himself. As the wolf kills him, basically. As he's being tortured. As he spits out so much blood that Recovery Girl even sees and says that this boy's probably going to die if we don't knock him out. If we don't knock that other version goes, reseal, reverse, as he reseals inside, gaining a little bit of blood back. Recovery Girl says this boy is very close to dying. The rest are fine. The rest of the people are just fine. There are minor injuries. He just looks terrible. His blood has only gone down to his legs. The rest of his body has no blood. She says, what the? But that's always been like that. Recovery Girl says. What? It looks like he hasn't had blood in anywhere else in his body for years. Sarah explains how he has a system that no one else has. He has an insanely powerful immunity system. He never gets sick because his immunity inside him is all fire. His heart is made of fire. His lungs are made of fire. His entire organ system is made of fire. That's why he usually is tired and hungry. He never actually eats. Whenever he eats, when he was young, someone ripped out his organs and basically killed him. But when his power came in, it regenerated all of his organs into blue flame organs. So basically, now he lives on that. He only is able to eat sometimes when he eats super cold foods. That's why he usually eats ice cream, popsicles, and all that stuff. Aizawa says, poor kid, you must feel bad. He goes, well, it also has ruined his taste buds. He can't actually eat anything. Recovery girl says, oh, poor child. Adrian gets up saying, he says, I let it happen, didn't I? He says, who'll I hurt? Sarah says, you didn't hurt a lot of people. As one eye actually is slit-like and the other one is just a normal. As he goes, as he falls back asleep. And that's it for now.